All right, welcome you guys. Welcome to our continuing education. It's Tuesday night, and I'm excited to be here with you guys. We meet here every Tuesday night at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. We have what we're going to do is this is recorded, and you'll be able to get a link for this on our YouTube channel to be able to watch the replay. We're going to ask that you keep yourselves muted until the end of class, where we will open up for testimonials, discussion. We have a lot of people here who are very qualified in answering questions. So if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we will address that as while we're going or at the very end of class. You guys, this is one of my favorite classes. It is on daily vitality, nutrition, and supplements. And we've got a lot of things to cover tonight. This is a brand new class, so we'll see how we do. I know I talk fast, so as we're going through, make sure that you are taking screenshots, so you'll be able to refer back to the information as you want to. Okay. All right. If you were given one vehicle at the age of 16 and it could be any car that you wanted, how would you treat it? Like what would you do? Which car would you pick? First of all, put us in the chat. What one would what kind of vehicle would you pick? And I want you just to think about how would you treat it? Would you um, drive the car and would you maintain it? What kind of gas would you put in it? Would you get really cheap gas or would you get high quality gas? And then when you had something like the check engine light come on, would you actually take good maintenance of the car? Would you make it a priority, or would you just let it do whatever it needed to do until there was a problem? Okay, I want to know how many of you are curious. I know I sure am, is why are so many people around us sick? It seems like when I was growing up, no one was really sick. And, we hardly ever would go to the doctor. But now, looking around my circle of friends, or even just going outside and walking down the sidewalk, it's hardly ever that I see somebody who isn't sick, or especially know somebody who's got a really bad ailment or something that is chronic or that they deal with on a regular basis. Now, is it possible? The other question is it possible for us to get proper nutrition from our food? I know that if you've been in my circle, we have had this discussion a lot of different times. My belief is that even if you have your own organic garden, that you handpick all of your vegetables and your fruits, that you still are getting some kind of toxins or different kinds of chemicals or pesticides, because we all have neighbors and we all use different water and we have things driving by our house and flying over our house. And it's really almost impossible today, in my opinion, to get proper nutrition, especially from our food. It has been over farmed, and a lot of the vitamins and minerals that used to be in the ground are no longer there. So the next thing I want you guys just to consider is, do you believe that our healthcare is working? I know that in this class, normally we have a graph that shows how, trillions of dollars are being spent every year on healthcare, and are we healthier for it? Do you believe that our our health problems could be due to our nutritional deficiency? Well, you guys, a lot of our topic tonight is going to be talking about how our nutrition and how our environment affects the way that we feel. Now, quick question is, are you tired? I think one of the things that I hear most often when I'm working with people is, I'm just so tired, I'm worn out, and having feelings of feeling sick, fat, and lazy. I mean, you guys, let's be honest. The energy that we have today has a lot of different factors in why we are experiencing what we're experiencing. Now, I just said, what car would you pick? Hopefully you put that in the chat so that we can see which one you would want. And then if you get a really nice fancy car, are you going to like not put really good gas in it, or park it outside and let all the environment get it? Or, how are you actually going to really treat it? So how we treat our car, and I'm going to refer to our car as our vehicle as us, is it really matters. And this picture I just love on the far left corner. It's like this little baby who comes into the world, and hopefully they come in with, no stress and really good healthy cells, and they're ready to start their life. And if we continue to take good care of it, make sure that it gets proper nutrition and sleep and limited stress factors, then of course it's going to have a beautiful life. If we don't, then there could be some symptoms that come up. Now, the fuel that we use is also really important. This is a picture of, grains and fresh fruit and vegetables and salmon. And it's just like picking a really good quality gasoline for our vehicle. Now, we can shop the outside perimeter of the grocery store. A lot of times I think that we get used to being in a hurry, so we just grab our food and go, or anything that's been processed is something that you might want to consider limiting as much as you possibly can. Also, when we have checked the engine light, right? So if we have symptoms that might show up in our body, in our life, a lot of times people will say, gosh, I've got, super bad allergies or seasonal threats, or I have such tension in my head that I can barely stand it. And I go to bed feeling that way and I wake up feeling that way. So these might be some of the symptoms or some of the things that we might want to check, because they are warnings from our body telling us that something's not just right. Okay, so the heart attack began at 50, began at the age of 20. Alzheimer's at the age of 70 started really when we were 40. So some of the health choices, and I think that as we progress as a society, it's getting younger and younger and younger that people are actually having some of these bigger diseases. And so we really need to take a look at where our nutrition is, where our our stress levels, and what are some of the things that we can do to be proactive to change the story or to change the outcome. Aging today or aging from tomorrow begins with the choices that we are making today. And I just want to add here that it's never too late. We can start changing some of the things, even if it's just as much as, going outside for a walk, or, walking around the house doing some lunges or something. So one of the questions here is, the state of America, you guys, when I was reading through these statistics, it was a little bit alarming. Not a little, it was a lot alarming. 74% of the adults are overweight or obese. 50% of them have type 2 diabetes or they're pre-diabetic, compared to 1% of the Americans in the year 1950. And I know that we've done a lot of different studies and research, and one of the studies that they gave us at leadership was that if you ate, you'd have to eat, I think, 8 or 9 oranges today to get the same benefits of oranges that we had, years ago, because like I said, everything has been being basically bred out of our food. Infertility is going up 1% a year. It seems to be that is a question, or that is a topic that comes up a lot. And it makes me sad to think that, our health system is not doing anything and being proactive and helping to support that. But a lot of the things that we are using are preventing those things and causing it to get even worse. In young adults, cancers have increased by 79% in the last 79 years. As a young child growing up, you guys, I didn't know one person who had cancer. And now it seems like I don't know one person who doesn't know somebody or has cancer themselves. So we really do need to stop and take a look and start really paying attention to what is the fuel that we're putting in our bodies, what are some of the side effects, and where's my stress levels. 77% of the young people can't serve in the military because of either obesity or abuse of drugs. And it's just heartbreaking to hear that these statistics are out there. So in this one, it talks about why is the healthcare and why is everything so fragmented? Profit drives us, and so whenever there is money involved, of course, you can always follow the money, right, and find out. I don't know. There's a lot of chatter right now, especially in politics, about pharmaceutical companies. And you guys, we need pharmaceutical companies. There are a lot of really great reasons that we use them and that we need them. But at the same time, if you really need to look at some of those side effects and some of the ways that we can be proactive in, gosh, if we could trade this for that or use a little less of that, or what are some of the things that we can do? And so this is going to refer back to the mechanic who just comes in and you get your car's not running right. So you take it to the mechanic and they just go, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and take that filter or that light right out. We'll just not even worry about it. And then send you home thinking that everything's going to be okay just because you can't see the light. And then what happens? Then we really have some kind of a big problem. One of the things I love most about doTERRA and when I'm working with people is we want to work to find out what the root cause is. Like, why is that happening? And so the doctors are expected to do all kinds of different things and to practice good medicine. There's a really great book out, and I will put it in the chat at the end of class. And because I have it, I don't have the name of it right here in front of me. And, it really does talk about the benefits of when when the doctors are trained to go in and name a condition, give it a title, and then according to whatever the title is, then they subscribe different things to it. And so we might have things that, they talk about life-threatening things, but maybe there's a smaller issue like allergies. It's like, what is going on with allergies? Why is your body so sensitive to certain things? And so then they, in most cases, will give you some kind of a prescription for something, and it really is just a Band-Aid. It's not meant to go in and solve the problem. It's just to mask it. And I'm a firsthand believer in when we mask those things, our body naturally stops taking care of it or starts making the things that it does to heal itself. And so, and when you're doing a masking, for my allergies, I just kept taking more and more and more things because my allergies just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I got to the point where nothing was working and I had nothing to lose by looking at some alternative. Okay. All right, so there has to be some kind of a paradigm shift. And that means that all of this fragmented stuff that we've been doing, I'm excited to be able to have a holistic approach. The bad news is that if you look at this chart on the right-hand side, which we've shown people over and over for years now, is you have that proactive medical care. And this is where you go, you have a symptom, you go to the doctor, they give you some kind of something to take care of it, you go home and you start, trying to get better. The bad thing is that now, and then it goes down to the self-care and, reducing toxicity and things. And our foundation, which you'll hear us talk many, many times, is it's all about foundational wellness, nutrition, and digestion. As if we're getting what our foundation needs, if we're putting in the really good gas in our bodies and we're getting all the movement, we're, being proactive in that, then all of the other things will start falling into place. Well, we have to make time for our health now, or you will make time for sickness later. And so we're going to give you all kinds of different things that you can do to change what the outcome is. So what creates dis-ease in the body? You guys go ahead and throw some stuff in the chat. So we know that nutrition deficiency is probably one of the most important things. And when our body isn't getting the proper nutrition that it needs, it will tend to pull from other areas in our bodies. I remember when I was pregnant, the doctor said, it's really important that you really take care of yourself right now and eat extra, extra calcium and extra vegetables and anything from the garden, and try to stay away from, sweets and things that have been processed, because your body, the baby will start taking from your body if you don't take care of it enough, and there won't be enough for you, and you could have some deficiencies. So I really took that to heart and have continued to practice that. The other thing that shows up in our body is inflammation. How many of you guys deal with inflammation on a regular basis? Now, inflammation is not just pain, right? It's inflammation as anywhere your body has is unhappy or it's discomfort. And the bad part about having inflammation somewhere is, it's oxidative stress that causes our bodies to break down. It sends signals to, our receptor sites. And when our brain hears those things, it takes and it sends stuff to that. So if we can really take that nutrition and try to deal with inflammation on a regular basis, it's only going to help with keeping away from those diseases. Now, the third thing is toxic overload. You guys, we have a class that is all about toxic overload. And a lot of times, I've got a picture here of a cleaning bucket with all kinds of, we know there's toxic chemicals in most household cleaners that so poisonous that we need to lock them up in case a child or our pet gets to it. Well, what's that causing to our bodies? But there's more than that. You can get toxic overload from your environment of having too much stress, or cars driving down the street and being overworked. All these things add up in our bodies. Okay, so there are 10 top causes for our metabolic failure. First is chronic overnutrition, nutrition deficiencies, microbiome issues. And I'm going to let you guys look at these. We've talked about a little tiny bit about stress. Those medications and over-the-counter prescriptions and drugs and things, those are things that can cause harm to our cells and our bodies. And we have all kinds of different side effects. We also have sleep deprivation. How many hours of sleep are you guys getting every night? I'd love for you to put in the chat. I know that we have another class that we talk a lot about sleep and how do we extend our sleep hours, even if it's just by 30 minutes at a time. Over time, that's going to add up to where you're going to be able to really have some great results. Artificial light, thermo neutrality, which is where we are in an environment most of the time that is always monitored, or we go to our house and we have our houses a certain degrees, and then we get in our cars and our cars are a certain degrees, and we never have that shock from hot or cold to hot that helps our body and our cells keep active. Modern lifestyle disrupts energy production in the cells, causing a widespread health problems. Okay, so there's three main priority places that we're going to target in just a second. But going back here to, this is our wellness chart again. And, medications and drugs, that's we get them from, over-the-counter things and prescriptions. And then it also falls into the same place of being able to reduce toxicity. If we can help somebody remove one of their prescriptions and replace it with something that is natural and doesn't have side effects, but benefits instead, then we've done our job. And I know for myself, when I started on this journey, it was, gosh, if it can do this for me, what else is possible? And I got really excited about looking at all of these different categories and going, okay, what can I do? And I want you guys to think of, you're not going to take your lifestyle today. Some of you guys probably are super healthy and proactive and, doing everything you can to live the best life possible. But some of you guys might be going, okay, no, I feel that, like, I feel sick and tired all the time and I want to change that. What if you just did one thing? What if you just said, okay, I'm going to start with drinking more water, or being more mindful of, eating more raw vegetables or something, vitamins and minerals and greens, just being a little bit, I'm going to work on, getting away from social media or cell phones and start getting outside and just sitting in nature, watching the birds and things. I know it might sound silly, but you guys, these are the things that are going to change your lifestyle, get you better results. Okay, so here we are, lifestyle impacts wellness. On the left-hand side is kind of a puzzle piece of what are all the different areas that need to be able to work together to really fill in that puzzle and have us get the best life possible. Focusing on some of these foundational habits can really change your outcome. And of course, you guys were saying the same things over and over. It's like stress management, metabolism, sleep, reducing toxicity. So if we take three categories, they're pictured over here on the right-hand side, and we have unprocessed, nutrient-dense foods. So if we just said, okay, look, I'm going to really try to find something that's going to really fuel my body and give it the energy and the support for foundational wellness. And then being able to add into that a omega. How many of you guys are using a balanced omega-3 or omega-6 fatty acid, right? Making sure that you're getting the best quality so that it helps to support our brain and our heart function. So then we're also going to look for regular movement. I know a lot of people who have watches and they do, 10,000 steps, and they'll have contests in their office. Maybe you've got a friend that you could say, hey, let's see who can get to their 10,000 steps a day fastest. If you're not walking at all right now, though, what if you even started with 500 or 600 or 1,000 steps and just started increasing that a little bit at a time? Uh, when we go to stress management, I love being able to use mindful practices, meditation, breath work. Breath work seems to be kind of a buzzword that's going right now. You guys, if you are at home and you don't know where to go or where to get started, I'm going to just say, go to YouTube and put it in and say, mindful practices or breath work, meditation. I know when I first started this practice, I would go to YouTube and put in 1 minute guided meditation, and I would just start listening that way. And now I've worked my way all the way up to where, gosh, if I could go for an hour, I would definitely do that. Um, okay. You guys remember, take screenshots of these if you need to. All right, so talking about nutrition again, I mean, I think all of us can agree that the food that we have on our tables today is nothing like the food it was long ago. And I love this study. It was back in 2013, and we've had a few years since then. So you can only imagine how much worse it's gotten than it was back then. So, all right. The apples, like the one on the left-hand side, I think if we saw these itty bitty little apples that were all different shapes and that were weird in size and stuff, we would probably go, oh no, I want the really pretty one. And you guys, the ones that have been modified genetically to be perfect also might be the same ones that don't have any flavor. You can cut them out open and you won't even know what you're eating because it has no resemblance of an apple at all. A lot of them are colored and dyed. They have a wax coating on them so that they can stay pretty and not get bruised. This is all of the things that we're facing, and that's just using apples. I think we could go through the entire grocery store and point things out and how they have really changed over time. So now when we're talking about um, foundational wellness, you guys, I am so excited about this product. We just did a vendor event this last weekend, and it was so fun to see people, their eyes when they would taste it and see how delicious it is. This is a superfood blend that has all kinds of phytonutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and greens. There's over 90 different products in here that can help you, just with all of those deficiencies that we aren't able to get in the grocery store. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't love to swallow a lot of pills, this is your favorite product because I tell you, you just take it. I have a little shaker bottle that sits in my bathroom next to the sink, and I fill up with water. I add the greens, I shake it up, and I drink it. It tastes amazing. It tastes like a pineapple colada of some kind. And I love that when I'm drinking it, I know that I am getting products that are going to be bioavailable, which means my body is going to be able to absorb it. And then also it lasts for up to 8 hours in your body. You guys, there's nothing like this on the market that it's crazy. It's the next level of nutrition. What makes it different, you guys, is it has a bunch of certified pure essential oils in it. I love that they make it so that these products are able to work harder and faster. There's also 5 superfood blends that are in there. It's free of artificial colors. There's no artificial flavor. There's nothing in there like dairy, nuts, shellfish, soy. So it's vegan free, it's gluten free, it's non-GMO. I mean, how much better could it get? and I'm going to tell you also, it is bioretentive, which, and that's a new word for me. It's a big word for me. So what I love about it is able to help stay in my body a lot longer. Most vitamins that we ingest, people are, when they go pee and there's yellow in the water, it's really yellow, or sometimes you can even smell the vitamins. That is a good, true sign that it's not staying in your body, that it's flushing straight through and your body has not absorbed anything. So, you guys, this one is amazing. I love that it's delicious. Like I was mentioning, that if you are somebody who doesn't like to take pills or can't take a lot of pills, this will become your new best friend, because you can sip it throughout the day if you want to, or you can use less water and just use it as a quick shot in the morning. I also want to mention here that it has methylated B vitamins in there. So it's ready, those vitamins are ready for your body to put into action. Another fun thing is that it doesn't spike your blood sugar, and it's perfect for being able to have it stack. You guys want to mix it with our award-winning collagen. A lot of people have really liked the way that they taste together and the results that they're getting. Last but not least, you guys, it helps to restore cellular energy and digestion. And so if you are interested in this, reach out to the person who invited you here and ask for a sample, or just, just get a box of it. You'll absolutely love it. Okay, next on the list is heart health. 702,888 people have heart disease. It is one of the leading causes of death in Americans. And so with omegas, this can make a huge difference. 90% of Americans are deficient in their omegas. What I love about this one is it is pure, it's stable omega-3s plus wild orange essential oil, which is going to, again, be different than anything else that's on the market. I love that when I taste it, so years ago, I would take an omega, and, hours later, I would still be burping up fish oil. And so it made it so I didn't want to take it. Well, little did I know that it was a low quality, or a rancid oil. So one of the reasons that they put the orange oil in there is because it helps it to not go rancid, and it also makes it more effective. This one has 900 milligrams of essential oil fatty acids, 800 milligrams of omega-3, and it promotes healthy metabolism. You guys, this is such a game changer for my family, even my dog. I give my dog one every morning. I have them in a drawer. I pull the drawer out and I just kind of put my hand in there. Because I am working on health, heart, and brain function, I actually take 6 of these a day. I take 3 of them in the morning, and I take 3 of them again at night. Now, you don't need to do that. You take whatever's good for you. But what I also like is I'll take 2 of them and I'll swallow them with my other supplements, and then I'll take 1 and I bite into it. Now, this weekend, again, when we were showing it to people, we would say, here, go ahead, put this in your mouth. Do you take an omega? And I was surprised how many people don't take omegas. But when we did and we asked them to bite it, they would look at us like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't think I want to do this. We're like, no, you really need to. And as they did it, they were pleasantly surprised with the wild orange flavor. And then some people will just chew up the capsule and swallow it. Other people will chew on it for a little bit and spit it out. I love all of the amazing different benefits that this has for us. One of the best ones is 100% of the participants who used the omega over 6 weeks saw significant improvement. It has also been shown to lower blood pressure by 6 points in as little as 6 weeks. It can also lower resting heart rate by 4 beats a minute. You guys, that's 6,000 fewer beats per day, which is millions per year, right? So it's awesome that we get this benefit, and it tastes great. Okay, gut health. So here's our third one, right? The third thing that we needed to talk about that we should make a priority. So our gut studies show that individuals with mental health concerns have had really great results when they have a healthier gut. Now, when you have a high or a bad gut bacteria, people were experiencing mental health issues. And so even higher concentration with better gut bacteria. I know we've got people here who have been able to see great results by just adding a new probiotic. So let's talk about gut health and why it is so important. What damages our gut? Well, pictured here is to-go food, right? When you're eating to-go food, it pretty much wipes out all of your good flora in your body and leaves it vulnerable for illness. Same thing as being super stressed out and having a busy schedule and never taking time to rest and always on the go. And it's like, oh gosh, there's so many things that I'm learning that I'm going, oh, I get to really practice having less of those things in my life. And then, of course, there's alcohol. You can see by the statistics on the left-hand side that the global probiotic market is valued at $87.7 billion in 2023 and is expected to grow 14%, reaching 220.14 billion in the next few years. You guys, people are having issues with their gut. We're eating more and more things that are processed. We're grabbing things on the go, and it has absolutely no nutrition. And then our body is trying to recover and make sure that it's okay. Now, our PB Restore, which is the green bottle with that cool little capsule there. It's got a capsule inside a capsule inside a capsule. What I love about that is the scientific research that doTERRA has done to make sure that it is opening in your gut where it needs to be able to get the best benefits. On the right-hand side, we have TerraZyme. It is a digestive enzyme that is amazing for anyone who has a hard time digesting their food, maybe lactose intolerance. You can always tell when people have stuff going on in their gut by the health of their skin. So the first thing I do when people come to me with any kind of skin issue is introduce them to one of these two or one of these three products, because I know that we can get results that are going to last. It's not just like a skin regimen or a lotion or a potion or something else. It's actually going to the root cause and finding out how can we best support the gut so that it can be a little happier. Okay, here we're going to dig deeper into our Restore product. You guys, this is an absolute fantastic product that every single person needs to be using on a regular basis. It has prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics and phages. And so in this description here, it kind of gives a great idea of how it works. So the prebiotics are like the fertilizer that they go in and prepare the soil, which is your gut, making sure that the environment is healthy for healthy bacteria to grow. Probiotics are the live active cultures of the plant that gives your body what it needs to be able to thrive. The postbiotics are the ones who come in here and improving your digestion, reducing your inflammation, supporting your gut's overall health. And the phages are the gardeners. They're the ones that kill off the harmful bacteria. So if you have ever had an antibiotic of any kind, chances are it could still be giving you those benefits or not the benefits, right? I have a close friend who was dealing with a female issue recently, and she had been on a bunch of antibiotics. And so, of course, she's reaching out to me going, okay, well, I took the antibiotic and it helped with this, but it also gave me something really awesome or really bad. So what do I do now? And so I was able to guide her through that. 90% of the serotonin, the feel-good hormone in our body, is produced in your gut. 70 to 80% of your immune system resides in your gut. This is why with our PB Restore, it gives us 6 billion CFUs, which are colony forming units, from 10 different active probiotics. You guys, this is a super powerhouse product that I hope if you guys have questions about it, reach out to the person who invited you here. You'll definitely want to get this into your daily routine. Now we're going to kind of go on to some additional products because we have so many great supporting supplements. Sometimes, you guys, it's like you can have that foundational wellness, which is the VMG, the Omega, and the Restore, but we also have people who need to customize our goals. Maybe you want better sleep. Maybe you have something, you want to detox your body from some of the different things that you might have been exposed to. Maybe you're looking for more energy, or maybe you're going to start with more movement. DDR Prime, you guys, is one of my all-time favorite products. I started using this when I looked at the ingredients and I saw that it is being proactive in apoptosis, where that is going to get rid of the dead cells and the things that have gone wrong in the body and make room and let them leave the body and make room for new, good, healthy cells. I love it because of the way that it can help with brain function. In our family, we have historical historically, we forget who we are and what's going on around us as we get older. And so I am being proactive, and I take one of these DDR capsules every single morning, and I take another one at night. You can read here that it helps with so many different things, cognitive function. They're easy to use. It's really great for keeping a healthy cellular integrity and free of free radicals. On the right-hand side, we have MetaPower, which is part of our metabolic program. It's so amazing, you guys. This one is so much more than just more energy. It helps with brain function, cellular function. It helps us to be more focused and have a better memory. I mean, who here ever goes into a room and forgets, okay, what was it that I was in here for? And so for a long time, I thought MetaPower Mito 2 Max was just all about getting extra energy. You guys, it's so much more than that. Make sure that you take a screenshot here so that you'll be able to read what and how you're going to be able to use these different things. Okay, next we have two more of our supplements. Turmeric, right? Turmeric, we've had an oil for quite a while. Any of you guys who have been using this oil for very long understand that you need to have different components to make it bioavailable, make it go into your body and use it the best way possible. So then doTERRA came out with these capsules, which are absolutely fantastic for the way that they help to support us. They help our bodies fight free radicals. And people have been using this essential oil and this herb for so long. And I love that if you look at this capsule, you can see that the essential oil and the herb itself are in the capsule. So you're getting the full benefit. This is patent pending. People absolutely love it. It's amazing, especially if you have any kind of inflammatory response that continues over and over. Then I'm going to introduce you to, I feel, a gateway to anybody who works out at the gym or runs or bikes or hikes or is super athletic and active. We have Deep Blue. Here shown is Deep Blue polyphenol. We also have Deep Blue in a stick and an essential oil and a rub. This is talking about just the complex, which is a completely different combination than the essential oil, the rub, or the stick. This one is meant to take internally, and it helps to promote healthy metabolism or mobility, sorry, not metabolism. And it helps us to be able to just feel better longer. This is another one that it's very fast acting. So the more you use this, the better results you're going to get. However, the idea for all of this product is not to have to use it forever. It's to help support our bodies in being able to heal itself when it's given what it needs. If I have an occasional head tension or something that's going on, then I might take one or two of them. Or, if I've been on my feet all day and I have extra discomfort on my feet, then I might take one. My husband, on the other hand, he's had his hip replaced, he's had a knee surgery, he's had all these different things, and he does use Deep Blue polyphenol on a daily basis. Additionally, you guys, we have frankincense. The frankincense capsule has been absolutely a game changer for myself. Everyone in my family uses this. I take one every morning and I take one every night. Some people may just want to take one, once a day. Some people may find that they don't need them. However, I feel like the more you learn about frankincense. I mean, when in doubt, get the frankincense out. Everybody needs frankincense. It really helps, and it's like 10 times more effective than the essential oil itself. This is definitely next level. If you've not tried these yet, get a bottle and try them and just see the difference. And anytime I challenge somebody to try something for, 30 days or something, I always say, have a chart. Where am I now? If it's pain that you're working on, or sleep, or, just mind clarity, where's my mind clarity now, is on a scale from 1 to 10. And then in a week, where is it? And in 2 weeks, where is it? And at the end of 30 days, you'll be able to see that, gosh, what if it went from 6 to a 10? Or what if you were at a 4 and it went to a 6? You'll be able to see that over time it will just get better and better and better. And then, of course, we've got a testimonial here on the frankincense stick. And the frankincense stick, you guys, all of the sticks. So we have a serenity stick, a deep blue stick, and a frankincense stick. And I'm crossing my fingers we get more sticks at convention, because I absolutely love the way that we can use them. It's a great way to be able to put it on a targeted area without having to get it onto your hands. This one is from Wendy. She said she wanted to share why she loves the frankincense stick. She contracted Lyme's disease years ago. It's dormant. However, it left her with arthritis that made her 2 hip and 2 knee replacements over the years. She has 2 fingers on her right hand that were slightly twisted and swollen with knuckles. On a fluke, she began to apply the stick to these areas, and within an hour, the swelling was gone and the pain, well, I carry it everywhere with me, and there's no doubt that I use it on multiple ailments multiple times. You guys, this is, we have so many products that are really great. I'm just going back into that foundational wellness, and this is those 3 things that we talked about at the beginning. It's like proper nutrition, proper overall health, gut health. We want to make sure that we are able to keep in those places, right? And so if you did nothing more, these would be the 3 products that I would highly recommend you get into a daily routine and be able to support that body in all those places. And it'll be really, I'll be curious to see how many of some of the daily things that people go through, the things that they're going to the doctor for, go away. We also have Jumpstart and Kickstart your wellness, and you can go into a cleanse. But I always recommend getting on the foundational things first and then going into a cleanse later. Okay, so back to our chart, our foundation, our wellness pyramid right here on the right-hand side is when you're looking at nutrition and digestion. Everything that you need for that great foundation is pictured on the left, the VMG, the Omega, and the Restore. Now, when you want to start adding in different things depending on what it is that you want to target, right? So some people may not get as much sleep. So that's when you could go to rest and management, or rest and manage stress. And you might consider things like, our Serenity line. We've got capsules, oil, we've got the Serenity stick. We also have an amazing product called Adaptive, which helps us to just be able to be calmer and handle things in a much different way. Of course, we have our MetaPower metabolic system. And then you might want to throw in, if you're getting more movement, when you feel better, you're going to have more energy. You want to get out and do more things. And so that's when that deep blue stick, or, the turmeric capsules or something, will come in nice and handy. Reducing toxicity. You guys, we have a whole class that is targeted on how can we reduce some of the things, the chemicals in our house, our beauty products, our cleaning supplies. And, that's just a few of the things. And then we do have products that will help to target that. And then informed self-care. I'm going to just target the essential oils that are on the top. These are the most reached, the most ordered essential oils, and they pretty much will address anything that you could be faced with for your, medicine cabinet type things. So we really do have a lot of different ways that we can support you. Now, I'm going to just go back to these foundational ones again, is the Omega, the VMG, and the Restore. This is where everyone should get started. If you're not currently taking these, or if this is your first time watching this, I'm going to challenge you to get this and give it a 90-day trial. get that, chart and, where am I at on a scale from 1 to 10 in your nutrition? Where are you on your stress in your management and all these different things that you guys are dealing with on a regular basis? And if you are consistent and you take these products the way that they are intended, you will get results. I would love to promise that right now, because I myself and my family and a lot of people that I work with, these are the results we get. And then the products that are up on top. Um, these products, you guys, are really amazing because when you start with this bundle, and I love having it as a bundle, you can purchase these products individually one at a time, but anytime you put things together in a bundle, you're going to save additionally off the wholesale price. The first time you buy one of these bundles, doTERRA wants to say thank you. So they give you this really great gift on the right-hand side. It is a free 5 ml peppermint oil, which peppermint you could use for at least 100 different things, I swear. And then you also have the little shaker bottle. You guys, this is the bottle that sits next to my bathroom sink, and I have the packets in a little container. I pull one out, I pour it in, I shake it up, I drink it. And then I brush my teeth and I continue getting ready. And I absolutely love the benefits and the way that I have felt since I've been able to use this. We are one decision away, you guys, from having a transformation in how we feel. Back to that screen about, do you feel tired, lazy, sick, or are you experiencing all these different things? Well, it starts with one decision. And then I also want to say that when you order from doTERRA, they have something called rewards, which is a great way to have all kinds of benefits. You will receive one of these free oils that is posted on the bottom of this page once a month when you get the foundational wellness kit. And I love them. Each one of these, I mean, upset stomach, cellular health, you got frankincense, lemon, which is really great to put in your water. It's not only great for focus and cleaning your receptor sites so your body's functioning better. We've got MetaPower essential oil, copaiba, which is like our, it's similar to like a CBD oil, but it's doesn't have all of the bad stuff in it. Lavender, deep blue, tea tree. Everybody that I know loves tea tree, uses it on any kind of skin issue. It doesn't matter what it is. Super awesome. Sorry. After talking this fast for a while, sometimes my throat gets dry. Serenity Breathe, and of course we have Adaptive. You guys, it soothes and calms our emotions and just helps us to be able to process through all of our things better. Okay, I did talk about rewards a little bit. Take a screenshot of this. Make sure that you guys are getting supported with whoever has invited you here, that you are maximizing your benefits to where you can earn back free product. You can see here anywhere from 10 at the beginning all the way up to 30% back in your purchases. You can get free product. It's completely optional. You can change it, rearrange it, do all the different things that you want to do, but it is the best way and the smartest way to order your doTERRA. It's also easy to share. So as I've been talking about all of this stuff tonight, and I know it's a lot, these classes are a lot. This is why they are, we try to keep them to an hour, but we want you to go away with new ideas. And maybe you heard one thing that you're going, oh my gosh, I wish my sister was listening to this. I wish that I had a friend who was here. It's really easy to share. Once you have your own account, when you log in, this little screen that's on the bottom right-hand corner pops up, and you guys, all you have to do is hit copy there, and then you can go to your text, you can go to a message on, social media, you can put it in an email and just paste it in there. And when that person goes to that, you're going to be able to get some free products. You get doTERRA dollars that you can turn back in, and you can use them for shipping and all kinds of things. So it's a really great way to share what you have. So when I started doTERRA, I was like, okay, I got to use this stuff first. Like, I'm not going to just start telling my friends about it. As a matter of fact, I was the one saying, no, I'm not telling anybody about it, because what if it didn't work? Or what if they had a reaction? What if it wasn't what I thought it was? And then over time, I couldn't stop talking about it. And people started coming to me and they would say things like, oh my gosh, what do you got? I heard you have this. I heard heard you had that, and all these different things. And so they make it so easy for us to use our referral link and to be able to share. Because if they're going to purchase, wouldn't you want them to at least help or be guided by you? And when you share with someone else and if they choose to purchase wholesale, we'll guide them, we'll teach them. You can invite them to these classes, and we will help to educate and teach them. You guys, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight. I know it went fast. I know there's a lot of information. We are going to open up the screen in just a second and invite you guys to share testimonials or ask your questions live. If it doesn't, it's like we only had a few people chatting today, so there may not be many questions, but I hope we have some really great testimonials. Next week, we're going to be talking about next level metabolism. You're going to want to make sure you are there because we have some really, really great award-winning products that people are getting better than expected results. And so we invite you guys to be there with us. One thing before we go, though, I do want to say thank you for taking the time to join us tonight, you guys. I know some of you guys might be going, oh my gosh, but it's like, I don't know if I have it in my budget to do this. And I want to remind you that your health or your sickness will cost you. You decide now whether you're going to focus on being well or take care of it later. But I promise that your budget has it in it. You just have to decide where you're going to spend. I also want to say thank you for joining us. And I know we have a lot of people here who have been who have invited their friends and family. So if you're here, if you would, at the end of class, if you would reach back out to the person who invited you and let them know that you want more information. Let them know if you are interested and you have questions, or let them know that you're ready to get started. I know that I'm in, and I know that everybody that I know needs this too. And it's so much fun being able to share with you guys. And so I invite you guys to do that. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any questions or any testimonials that anyone would like to share with us? I actually have a testimonial, but I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. One of the best things about being here live with our classes is that you get to hear the testimonials and things. And so we're going to invite you guys to join us again. And if you can join in person, you always get that extra benefit because sometimes that's where the juice is, right? That's where we get all the best stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.